Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today is July 3rd, 2019, and today is Wednesday morning. So looking at the major economic events of the day, 2:30 South African time out of Canada, we have a trade balance number coming out. And then later in the day at 4 o'clock South African time out of the United States, ISM non-manufacturing PMI number coming out. Now we also have ADP non-farm payroll numbers coming out in the United States today. Not as important as the official number that comes out on Friday, which is the non-farm payroll numbers that come out. However, you do want to know that it is coming out later today, especially because in between today and Friday, it is a national holiday in the United States. Tomorrow, it's called Independence Day. So in observance of it, some of the markets will be closed, like the stock markets, and some commodities and other indices will be affected by it. So just be aware of that. However, looking at the markets, looking at the Forex markets, we see that the dollar getting stronger versus the euro and the GBP as they tank, while the Aussie dollars remain strong, which was kind of interesting as we saw that actually falter earlier. Now looking at the indices, Dow Jones remains strong, remains resilient as it closes above its gap. And looking at commodities, gold rallies above 1425 from 1384. Wow, what a tremendous rally. We take a look at that. And oil sells off, so a little bit of a disparity there. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin resilient. Oh my goodness, above 9,000 again, and really very, very resilient. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. But let's see what we can expect from today's trading. So really choppy trading here in the Euro USD. We're looking at a daily chart, as you can see, and we kind of capitulated at this 1400 level and then sold off massively. Now the real go-to place here was the 1352-ish level, which was really your trigger price, okay, to actually get short, because that was the place where we stopped and we broke our previous resistance and possibly subsequent support, but we see that that did not happen. However, looking at the daily chart, we still have maybe possibly a trend line forming here. Okay, that would be the first spot, second spot, and this would be the third spot. So if this does actually bounce off of these levels and makes a higher high here at the next time that it does pull through, maybe perhaps going all the way up here to 1449-ish level, then we may have a bona fide uptrend. Okay, I don't know to celebrate that so quickly, but that's something to keep your eye on as this actually continues to trade. However, looking at the GBP USD, we see some weakness as well, and this really was the layup. Okay, because looking between all three pairs versus the US dollar, the GBP was the weakest. Okay, when all of them went higher, the GBP did not. Okay, especially since you could see here at resistance, it never broke above it, whereas the Euro USD, we were trading up here, but here we never broke above it in the GBP, and sure enough, that was our spot to sell it off. Now we're at the bottom of that range, and we're in a minor support here at 125.70-ish level, just trading right through it just a little bit. But just be aware of it. If it does close below it, we could possibly see it trade lower. A lot of things happen with the UK, a lot of imbalance with politically and economically there. So, you know, the fact that this is trading lower is not a surprise. However, looking at the Aussie dollar, we see some resilience here, okay, which is tremendously, and there was a building number that came out this morning, but again, there was a rate decision earlier this week. So they could have been affected by those two numbers, but you see that it's been very resilient. Didn't sell off like the Euro and the GBP sold off. So this is something to make note as this is getting stronger, and perhaps it'll get stronger moving forward. Now looking at gold and oil, so taking a look at that gold, 1391 we're traded, we closed the day at 1334, and we're tracing 10 points below that. So, you know, this does look like a double top here, so I do want to highlight this, you know, resistance level of 1436, not to mention that it may challenge it again, but it was very resilient. Okay, so you got to keep an eye to see if it does follow through here and see how this continues to trade. Now, looking at oil, we had a massive retracement here from $60 down to $56, which was a decent retracement after the OPEC meetings. You know, we had a little bit of a clouded vision as to where we were going, and then, you know, a little bit of Trump speaking and this making some waves as he's telling the Saudis to cut back on production, and sure enough, this is what happens. We're back at $56 a barrel. Now we're right between our resistance level and our support level, so until we get to those two areas, I would hold tight. Now looking at the Dow Jones, really not doing much, okay, because we gapped up, we closed the gap a little bit, and, you know, that's about it. Okay, we did rally after it, which is a bullish formation, but trading very choppy and very very characteristic of this time of the year. So just be aware that we do expect the volume to be a little bit lower, and then we'll have a lot more choppiness. However, looking at Bitcoin, okay, now this has really been the one, and it's been so resilient, 11,436 after hitting 9,000. Okay, and just touching that support level, that second support level, you can see in a 4-hour chart a little bit better. At 10,000, just trading below it at 9,700, and then boom, 2,000 points up. Tremendous volatility. If you're day trading it, this is like a day trader's heaven. Cashing that, momentum on the upside and just chasing it a little bit. And, that's really how people are trading this right now. So at these levels, this could go back to its highs at 13,400 level. I don't know if I would buy it here, but I would definitely wait for a pullback if it does get to the 11,000 area flat to actually jump into it. So again, be aware. Tomorrow we have a holiday in the United States, so there are stocks that will be affected by it. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you a great trading day. Thank you.